Hello, FlossTube. OMG right now. I just spent a half an hour talking to myself, filming a Stitch With Me video. My phone didn't capture it because it hit the 31-minute mark. I don't even know right now. If this doesn't work, I'm going to have to probably delete stuff off of my phone because I've been taking a lot of pictures. Because I'm taking pictures of my kids at work to make, sorry about that pop, to make photo albums for their parents for Christmas. So I'm wondering if I have too much stuff on my phone. Because it says my phone is almost full, but I have like nothing on my phone. Like really, who? Anyways. So I'm going to stitch on this today. Because, well, if you've seen my weekly video, you'll see that I've made some good progress on this. Oh, it is not without frustrations. This is like, there is seriously like 6 shades of pink in this. There is so much shading. So it started off on the wrong foot because all this floss in here was in one bundle and I had to separate it. It took me, no joke, an hour when I first originally started it. Then I started stitching on it and we were doing really, okay. Every single color I have stitched and every single piece of floss I have used, I have snapped the floss. And I'm not doing anything crazy, like I'm not tugging super hard. I even went as far as changing the needle several times. I've used, this is like the 3rd needle I've used on this. Thinking it was my needles. I have used my beeswax. I'm going to put it in the naughty corner. Like seriously, it's going in the naughty corner because I can't even right now. I can't. Alright, so if you watched my weekly FlossTube updates, you'll know that I'm kind of going to do my week in the life of synopsis here rather than there because it was taking a lot of time and I felt kind of rushed showing everything off. And I figured this, I'm just sitting here stitching so I can chit chat about my week. So what you see here, with the exception of this row and this row, because I just did those, was done on our way to and from a family wedding over this past weekend, because this is Friday afternoon. You will see this on Saturday because of how long it takes for things to upload. That's just the way my computer life is. I can't complain. So so it was 2.5 car ride there, 2.5 hour car ride there, 2.5 car ride back. Pretty easy breezy stitching. It is only 2 colors, so that makes it kind of easy, but it makes it really nice. And I do like these year-end chalk charts because of that. And I kind of perused the other ones. Now I have this, I have July, and in my binder I have September, and I know I have April on my 1, 2, 3 stitch wish list. But I actually think I'm going to go back and add a few other ones because I know June's is really cute. August is adorable. February's, I like February's. January, like, I really, looking at them, do actually like quite a few of them. So I have to consult my pattern so you can just look at my stitching for a minute. You can zoom in and critique my stitching. Okay, there's one more row that's just a solid white before I get to lettering, because the red lettering. So I think I'm going to get a few more of these, and I definitely think these are going to be reserved for car rides because they're super easy to stitch on and they stitch up really quick. I do like them. I probably won't reserve them for car rides because I do like them and they're super easy to stitch on. And like with this, with the Stitch With Me video, beautiful. I changed my setup a little bit, so hopefully you can hear me. I know you guys can see, but I've been really bad about making sure I stay in frame when I've got to check certain things. So bear with me. I am still learning. This is going to be another short 30-minute one. I think I maybe have gotten... I think maybe possibly my husband found some software on my computer to merge two clips. So I can do like an hour Stitch With Me video. And if I ever wanted to do a longer floss tube, I could. Yada, yada, yada. Right? So that's where we're at right now. My week has been pretty chill. My kids have been really good at work. Thought this new baby we were going to get might be a little... we call them high maintenance because they you know, new babies can be a little, I guess you could say, high maintenance. You know, they've got it's just like new kid. It's just like a new toddler or a new preschooler or, you know, a new kid, you know, a new kid to your class. They've got to adjust. It is a little bit more challenging with babies because they can't tell you what's wrong. They can't tell you that they're crying because they're sad that they don't have mom and dad. Which, with babies, they kind of, you know, don't necessarily feel that feeling. They just know that they need to that you are new and they need to make sure that their needs are getting met. So they can be a little bit high maintenance. Because saying needy sounds really bad. Saying high maintenance sounds kind of bad too. But we thought he was going to be very wanting to be held a lot. Wanting to be constantly picked up. No. The kid wants to eat like holy cow. He is eating 4-ounce bottles. He is downing 4-ounce bottles. He is 2 months old. He is downing 4-ounce bottles like every hour and a half. Hoo-wee. He's being a little bit fussy about sleeping in his crib, but we have to sleep them a certain way for safety reasons. Parents can let them sleep however they want at home. And it's just kind of, those two things aren't meshing. So, but we're going to get there. He's been really good though, and he's a sweet baby, and he's super adorable, and he makes some fantastic faces. I love all of my kids at work. I love my class. I am putting a significant amount of effort into making picture albums with pictures of the kids for Christmas for their parents. Just because I want to. And I feel like, you know, they don't get to see their kids a huge chunk of the day. And if I take if I can take a few pictures and make it feel like you're not missing out on something, then I'm going to do that. That's just the way I am. So I have a really good story from last night. Really good story. Fantastic story. My dog is 12 pounds. My dog is 12 pounds. My dog is a Snorky. She's a Yorkshire Terrier Schnauzer mix. She's a Snorky. Henceforth, she will be referred to as a Snorky. She sleeps on our bed with us. I know some people don't like that, but we're okay with it. So my husband, I go to bed and my husband comes to bed a couple hours later. So I wake up last night and I roll over because I'm like, it is too early. The alarm clock hasn't gone off. I'm going back to sleep for a couple more minutes. My husband's not in bed, and I'm like, what the what? So then I hear what sounds like my dog digging at a grocery bag at the foot of our bed. And I'm thinking, what in the world has the dog gotten into? She has gotten a grocery bag stuck on her. Get in frame, Laura. She's gotten a grocery bag stuck on her feet before. So I'm thinking, where did she get... I'm thinking, where did she get a grocery bag from? Because the one time she did it, I was unloading groceries. And the bag had fallen on the floor, and she was all up in my business, and that's how she got stuck. But I'm thinking, we've been asleep. How did she get in a grocery bag? Well, apparently there's a grocery bag under my bed. Because after about the third time of dig, pause, I got out of bed to figure out what the dog was doing. Because honestly, it was kind of annoying me. I walk around the foot of the bed. Now, I have a metal bed. It has bars that are like this big. Excuse me. It has bars that are like this big, if not like littler. And spaces between those bars that are big enough that my head fits through them. My adult size, big old noggin fits through them. So, I mean, these are pretty big spaces. So I walk around the foot of the bed. And there, between the foot of the bed and our box spring, now mind you, there is like a gap like this between our box spring and the foot of our bed because it's loose and it needs tightened. The dog is in that gap. Feet down, looking at me like, could you help me out here, Mama? And I'm going, how in the world did this happen? So I'm like hollering for my husband to come help me. He pulls the dog out, and you knew she was not, she knew she was stuck because she usually can struggle sometimes if you go to pick her up and she doesn't want picked up. She just stood there and like she just let him slide her up, and he slid her out, and she was fine. And, you know, I checked her over. It wasn't like she was squished in there. She just couldn't get out. And she's looking at me like, what is going on, Mom? You know, and this all happened at about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning. And literally it was like the time span of like a minute to a minute and a half that all of this happened. So I'm like, all right, going back to bed. And, you know, she's fine this morning. She was fine this morning. She's been fine all afternoon. She's good. She was just stuck. Thankfully, she wasn't hurt. I'm pretty sure she would have been whining if she would have been hurt, but I don't even know. We don't even know how she ended up down there. My husband thinks she might have rolled off the bed, which she does. I don't even know. I'm like, oh my Lord, dog, you are killing me, Smalls. You are killing me, Smalls. So that's my great stories from the week. So I have the rest. So I have the tag. I started this tag last week. It was 100 questions nobody thinks to ask you. I got through question 25. So go back last week, watch last week's video, and see the first 25 questions. We're going to get through questions 26 through 50 today. We are. Because when my last video that my phone wouldn't capture, I got through most of the questions, and I talked a little bit longer at the beginning of the video. So, question number, I will link the tag below. I will also link where to find this pattern. If you guys want information on my fabric, my needle minder, my threads, this is just good old DMC. But if you want any of that information, feel free to leave a comment, and I will update the description to include those links. So, without further ado, questions 26 through 50 of 100 questions nobody thinks to ask you. Number 26. What movies could you watch over and over again? The original Beauty and the Beast, hands down, without a doubt. I'm gonna say the original Cinderella also. Really like that one, and Mulan. I'm definitely a Disney princess girl, if you couldn't tell. I could also watch Dirty Dancing over and over and over again, because I love Dirty Dancing. I also could watch, for something completely different, I could watch all 3 Lord of the Rings movies over and over again. I go from Disney princesses to Lord of the Rings. Like, what? I love the Lord of the Rings series. I love them. I love the movies. They're fantastic. And I could watch them over and over and over. Number 27. Who is the last person you kissed? Well, I'm married, so take a wild guess who the last person I kissed was. Actually, I could probably safely say that's not true, because I haven't seen my husband since I got out of work, and I gave one of my kids at work a smoochy smooch on the cheek. That was the top of their heads. I love my kids. Number 28. I forgot where I was for a second. Were you ever a Girl Scout? I was a Girl Scout. Not for very long, though. I was, I think I only made it as far as Daisy before I gave up and said, I don't really like this. I gotta consult the pattern, so I'm gonna put the stitch down. I said, I don't really like this. I much preferred 4-H. So that's just what I did. Number 29 is a skip question. Number 30. When was the last time you wrote a letter to somebody? Get it in the frame, Laura. Ooh. I probably don't know what I just did to my... It like zoomed in really bad. I know what I did. I figured it out. So I wrote a letter to... So I am a card maker, paper crafter. That's what I do. I like it. So I actually write to people a lot. I haven't written to anybody in a while. I'm probably going to. I have some nice, cute little, hey, how you doing cards that I might pop in the mail to a few friends here soon. But I like to write. I don't know if that constitutes as a letter, though. Like, I don't really like to write. I mean, handwriting letters. I have atrocious handwriting. So writing letters is difficult. I do write notes to my coworkers a lot, just so that we keep track of things between the morning and the afternoon. So question number 31. Can you change the oil on a tire on a car? Nope. I can change the tire on a car, but I can't change the oil. Number 32. Have you ever gotten a speeding ticket? Nope. I've gotten other tickets, but never a speeding ticket. Number 33, have you ever ran out of gas? Absolutely not. My father put the fear of God in me when it comes to running out of gas. Like I was kind of told, if you run out of gas, you are up the creek without a paddle. You is on your own. Number 34, what's your favorite kind of sandwich? I'm not a cold cuts kind of person, so I definitely would say cheesesteak. My husband is from the Philadelphia end of New Jersey. You want to talk about some good cheesesteak? Oh my word. That cheesesteak. Woo! Number 35. What is the best thing for breakfast? I am going to say sausage, egg, and cheese muffin. I have a little contraption from Tupperware. You can cook an egg in it, and it is delicious. So I always make so I either do sausage or bacon, one or the other. Make one for breakfast. It's fabulous. I like my Tupperware. What is your usual bedtime? I go to bed at 10 o'clock at night because I gotta get up so early. Some of my coworkers tease me and ask me if I go to bed at like 8. Number 37, are you lazy? I'm going to say no, because, you know, I get up, I go to work, I work my 7-8 hour shift, I come home, I film philosophy videos, I cook, I clean, you know, I take care of our house, I run my own business, which keeps me busy during the week and on Saturdays. No, I don't think I'm lazy. Number 38. When you were a kid, what did you dress up as for Halloween? I have a great story for this. So, one year I was a Crunch Bar, a Hershey Crunch Bar. My mom made that costume for me. One year, my brother and I, my mother also made this costume. We were Raisinets. Now, if you grew up around the same time I did, I was born in 1983. So, I was a kid during the 80s, early 90s, you knew who the Raisinets were. They were the little dancing raisins that advertised California raisins. Sun-made California raisins. If you don't know what this is, go search it on YouTube. California Raisinets. I think we'll find you the appropriate video. They sing like "Heard It Through the Grapevine," like they did that song and they danced. And they were little dancing raisins. My mom dressed us up as Raisinets one year for Halloween. We made the front page of the local paper. Sorry, I had to count. I'm starting the, I'm getting into the red lettering, so I gotta make sure it's in the right spot. So, what is your Chinese astrological sign? I have no idea. I used to know. I learned it once. I think it's something like a monkey or something screwy like that. Not that monkeys are screwy, I just don't like monkeys. Something like that. Number 40. How many languages can you speak? Is sarcasm a language? I mean, really? Is it? My death will probably come at being sarcastic at the wrong point in time. I can do a little bit of sign language. I know the alphabet. Finger spelling is a little rough for me because I can't spell real well. But, and I do know a few words. I know no real well. Because I use it with my kids at daycare all the time. Do I have any magazine subscriptions? No. I used to have Just Cross Stitch. But, I haven't really, I wasn't really seeing stuff in there that grabbed me that I wanted to stitch real well. So, I just kind of let it lapse. Number 42. Legos or Lincoln Logs? I'm going to go with Lincoln Logs. I love Lincoln Logs. They remind me of log cabins. My dream house is a antique log cabin. I love it. Number 43. Are you stubborn? Concentrating. As a mule. I am stubborn as a mule. There's no explanation for that. Number 44. Leno or Letterman? I'm gonna go Leno. I liked him a little bit better. I was never really into late night TV ever because I've never been a night person. I mean, I grew up on a farm. You get your butt up at the crack of dawn for them chores. But definitely, I like Leno a little bit better. Number 45. Ever watch soap operas? Yep. My grandma was religious to her soap operas when I was a kid. I tried watching them, but I just don't. I tried watching them as an adult. I don't know. They just weren't the same. I don't know. Number 46. Are you afraid of heights? Absolutely. I will not fly. I am so afraid of heights. I will not fly. I will not do the observation decks on skyscrapers. I will not get on roller coasters. I have a hard time with ladders. I am definitely afraid of heights. Number 47. Do you sing in the car? Absolutely. It is a whole performance. It is. Number 48. Do you sing in the shower? I do. I sing in the shower. Not a lot, but I will occasionally sing in the shower. Number 49. Do you dance in the car? Absolutely. That goes back to the whole do you sing in the car thing. Oh, yeah. I will jam. I will get my jam on in the car. I am crazy. And number 50. Have you ever used a gun? I grew up on a farm. It's kind of a way of life. when you are a farm person, when you're a farmer, you know how to shoot a gun. It's a way of life. So yes, I have shot a gun before. I have no objections to gun ownership. But, you know, it's kind of the way it is with a farm. Consulting pattern. Sit and look at it. Watch it leave you pretty. Don't put the pattern in the frame. Ooh. Now see, I'm at this point. So there's this one stitch here, which I already have in. Pull this through, top out. So there's this one stitch here, which I already have in. And then there's all this long line of thread, and then you have some stitching. So I don't like to cross country like that, because I'd have to go all the way over here and start, stitch, come back, and then go all the way back here. So what I'm doing is drop down to the next row down, and I'll start my stitching there, and then it'll make sense when you see it. Well, you might not see me do it because we're at 26 minutes. I've already completed all of my questions for the tag, and I don't have the other ones on my computer, so I can't answer any more questions. So I finished up Cinderella on Monday. Well, I finished up the stitching on Cinderella on Monday. See, there's some letter in there. I finished up the stitching on Cinderella on Monday. Very pleased with that. Gave her a good bath. She cleaned up really nice, which is good because there was a couple spots that were pretty grimy. And I'm just gonna let her chill for a little while because I need a little break. So I just need a little break. Alright, so we are at 27 minutes. I know this is kind of short. I was hoping we'd go 30. Do you hear my little doggy telling me she wants her for dinner? It's dinner time. She thinks she's, you know, starving. She will start bugging me, no joke, at like 3:30 in the afternoon for food. It's kind of hilarious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's all I need to stitch. Wait. Go back. Skip 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alright, so